minus AI. There are several ways that we can build AI agents. Okay? We can do custom AI agents, which we are not going to do right now. Okay. And we can do just pre-built AI agents, which is what we're going to do right now. That is going to help you, okay, to at some point do custom AI agents. Because for doing a custom AI agent, you probably need a little bit more of time or training with us. You can do it by yourself, of course, always, but it's going to take you 10 times, okay, more. But this is going to give you the time that you need in order at some point to build your own custom AI agents. I also want to say, for everybody that was joining our classes last year, we were building AI agents and it was very complicated. It was very complicated. 6 months ago, it was very complicated. Right now, you have the ability to build AI agents, to use pre-built AI agents, or to build AI agents very easily. And then you have other levels of AI agents like Open Cloud, okay, or you go to Cloud Code. Code. Yes, the class has changed so much since last year, 100%. Okay. So we're going to build an executive assistant. Okay, we're going to be a simple executive assistant that you're going to give them a goal. You're going to give them a job description, and this is where your organization that we built this morning. Okay, it's important. This is where the organization that we built this morning is very important. Okay? You're going to take that organization, and if you did, for any reason, you don't have an executive assistant, you're going to continue that conversation. You're going to continue that conversation, and you're going to request to add an AI executive assistant. If for any reason, okay, please say yes if you're here with me. And let me do this, okay? Guys, I want to see everybody here. Okay. I have to screen. If you're here, I see about 50 people here on the screen. Okay. This is very important. Okay. So I need you to stop 1 second, and I'm seeing this screen. I need you to stop 1 second and do this. Everybody, okay, this. The winning, oh, yes. This is, you know what is this? This is the victory. This is the victory pose. Okay. This is a victory pose. Zachary, come on, Zachary. Come on, Zachary. Come on, Rosa. Rusty, come on. Come on, Calvinia. I see. Yeah, this is a victory pose. Okay. Do you know Steve Mason, Mayor? We have Mayor Steve Mason here. Come on. Victory pose. Do you know that if you do this for 2 minutes, it changed your biochemical and it changed, okay, how you feel about yourself? For 2 minutes. It makes you feel, it actually, okay, help you to feel more secure of yourself. This is a victory pose. To achieve things that you want to achieve. 2 minutes. You have to hold it for 2 minutes. Okay. This is another one. You know that this is a secret for speakers. The biggest speakers in the world do this before going to stage. And this is another one. If you're a woman, you're going to love this. This is the Wonder Woman position. Wonder Woman position. Your hands here. Can you see it? Wonder Woman position. I need you guys to do it, so everybody wake up. Okay. And we do this together, okay, for the next 30 minutes. Okay, great. Thank you. Round of applause for you. Round of applause. Okay. We need a little bit of music too. Okay. For the next one, Chris. Okay, let's go back to the screen. Let's go back to share this screen here. Let's go back to share my screen. This is eating me alive. Okay. Everybody, I'm going to show this presentation. I want you to have Manus open. I'm going to open Manus as well in a few seconds. Okay. So we're going to do this together. You already know what this AI is going to do. Okay. Again, you're going to have your job description in that conversation that you did this morning that have your own organization. If you don't have an AI assistant or executive assistant, you're going to ask AI to include an AI executive assistant into the organization. And in my case, you saw that I got Genspar. Genspar created like a small job description. You're going to ask AI to give you a really good description of your executive assistant. Remember that AI knows your company, so it's going to give you have to ask for a really comprehensive job description of your executive assistant. Okay. The idea, of course, is that the executive assistant is always working, okay, 24/7. But one of the things that she can do, and you have to give them permissions, it's about security, but you have to give them permission, is that, and one of the things that she's going to do, okay, is to remove all this overwhelm that you have about managing emails and managing your calendar. Did anybody here says that is overwhelmed about managing emails and calendars? This is a very, very, very simple task. So the first thing that you're going to do is to ask them to remove everything for your plate. So you don't have to see your emails, follow up on emails, or just like being a replier of everybody that is asking you things. You're going to ask your executive assistants to help you to manage your calendar. And we're going to build this with Manus, okay? You're going to enable your executive assistant to do things on Gmail or whatever you have in your whatever email provider you use. And you are going to communicate with your executive assistant. You have two ways to communicate here. One is through Slack. Put one on the chat if you use Slack. One on the chat if you use Slack. And okay, if you do not use Slack, okay, because I don't see many people, you can use it through Telegram. Telegram. Do you use Telegram? Everybody? Telegram, Slack, I love Slack. But if you don't have Slack and you don't use Slack, you can go and download Telegram. It looks like this. It's an app, okay? It's a green, can you see it there? Blue, Slack and Telegram. You can use Telegram to communicate with your assistant. You need a way to communicate with your assistant. You can also use the Manus app for creating your executive assistant, which is really good. So you have 3 ways to communicate with your executive assistant. Oops. Now, this is important, you need to align your executive assistant with your vision. So it is important that when you are creating this executive assistant, you don't create her or him as a task, okay? You create it as a bigger goal, okay? Remember, give AI your biggest problem. Give AI your biggest and most complicated problem. So you do not have to create this assistant just to probably reply some emails. Just create it as a very, very smart executive assistant. So I don't want you to just not to use all the capabilities of AI. I want you to use all the capabilities of AI. Does that make sense? Just drop something on the chat, okay? Yes, like something. I can see that you guys are still awake. Manus, It's like, okay, so you are going to create a smart assistant. Do not create a dumb assistant. You want to create a dumb assistant? No. Do not create a dumb assistant. You are going to tell the assistant what to do. So make sure that when you're creating this job description, it aligns with your vision and with your goals. Okay. And with your goals. That's very important. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a few things and a few ideas of what actually can do for you. I'm going to give you a few ideas of what actually can do for you and a few ideas of what it does and a few ideas of what it does for me. See if there's okay. Oh, I understand now. Okay. One of the things that it does for me, okay, my assistant, is that I tell her the things that I need, okay? And when I tell her the things that I need, okay, it creates reminders itself, okay? Like, for example, and I make sure that it doesn't forget, so I don't have to remind her to do anything, okay? And that is called a repetitive task, okay? So, for example, one of the things that you can ask your assistant, which, by the way, you will do to a human assistant too. If you hire a human assistant, you will say, hey, human assistant, every morning, okay, I need you that you review my calendar, okay, you read my emails, okay, you review all those emails according to my goal, that you tell me which emails I actually need my input to review, and the ones that you can review, you can create a draft. And you can do that. And usually when I used to have my human assistant, I will ask her to create draft. So I will review and approve the draft until I will know that she knows how to actually communicate with my clients. Okay. So I wouldn't feel that certain that she will do it. So I will do exactly the same with my AI. Okay? My AI can actually do all that instead of your assistant. It's going to review your calendar. It's going to read all your emails. You're going to tell her, just tell me what is important for me to know based on my business, okay? And just draft a response. After a certain time, okay, that you see that the responses are correct, okay, you can actually say what type of emails the AI is able to respond by itself. Remember that I told you that my assistant was actually emailing my speakers. Okay, I just fully automate that. I fully delegate that for my assistant to do, and it was actually making decisions. It was actually trying to solve a problem. That's exactly what you want, right? So you can start with that, just passing all that to your assistant. You can actually ask him to identify the things that he can do for you, okay? And they can send you, if you have it connected to Telegram or you have it to Slack, he can just give you everything either on Telegram or either on Slack. What other things your AI assistant can do? It can actually give you how much time you're spending on analyzing your goals. That's really good. Okay. It can tell you what things are you doing. Okay. What things are you doing in order to reach your goals? Okay. It can go and actually you can connect it with other programs. Okay. So it can actually go and give you information, things that you could do. In my case, I have my AI connected with several of my programs. I have it connected to my CRM. I have it connected with my QuickBook. Okay? If you guys were asking about QuickBook, I have it connected with my QuickBook. I have it connected to my email, my calendar. I have it connected with several other agents as well that are doing things for me. For example, the underwriting agent. So I have my, remember we talked this morning about COO? Please type COO. Please type COO. Yes, okay. So remember I told you we can build a COO at 5 p.m. we're gonna build the COO. Well, I have my executive assistant talking to my AI executive assistant talking to my AI COO, my AI COO talking to my underwriting chatbot, etc., etc., etc. And for the VIPs, okay, I'm going to address how we can do this on Claude on the VIP too. Okay. Now, the good thing is that I love to have this on my phone because I really want to be as away as possible on the computer. So that's why I love to have it on Slack. So I don't have to actually go on the computer and actually see or give instructions to my executive assistant or to any of my AIs. Now, we do have to do connections, what is called, remember that we talk about APIs, okay? We do have to do connections, and that's what we're going to do together right now, okay? And we already talked about this, okay? This AI is probably going to cost you, if you want to go in the subscription plan, probably it's going to cost you $20, okay? If you have, which is the basic plan, if you have a lot of things running on your business and you're using your AI as it should be, okay, to do a lot of more work, you can probably have to go to the $100 a month, okay? But $100 a month compare with a human that can do that, I can tell you is very, very much cheap instead of paying $1,500, $2,000 or $5,000 a month. Now, this is a prompt, okay? This is a tip that I'm going to give you. This is an AI, and by the way, everybody VIP, you guys are going to get all these presentations, so you don't need to, but if you want, you can take a screenshot of this prompt. So this is a specific prompt that you can give your AI. However, what I recommend is that you create a very specific job description, okay? From that job description, you can ask AI to give you an SOP if you want to, or you can just say the things that you need. Okay? Say the things that you need. Hey, every morning at 8 a.m., give me 10 specific things. Oh, give me a summary of everything that's going on in the news. Tell me exactly what's happening in this specific market. Just give me a summary of that, okay? But this prompt, I remember now why I have this prompt. This is one of my favorite prompts. This prompt, what it says is that it's asking your executive assistant to tell you, your AI executive assistant, to tell you, to give you 10 specific things, okay, or tasks that your executive assistant can do for you across any of the companies. In my case, I have 2 companies. Each task has to eliminate something that you're still doing that you don't know that you're still doing that you shouldn't be doing. And number 2, that is going to contribute to scale your revenue 10x in 6 to 12 months. Okay. Be specific, no generic. Tell me exactly what you will do and what business result it will drive. I love this prompt. I'm going to tell you why. Because you can give the AI a task, a goal, and all that. But sometimes we forget and we're still going like the fly, bumping against the wall, even with AI, and we have AI, and we still don't remember that AI can do more things for you. I love, please take this prompt.